Hello YouTube, this is way too long, coach of the FC Seviper for bringing you week 5 already after JBA. After this we are halfway through, and this time after like 4 weeks, in week 1, first time, we face another coach from our season 1. Like the last 3 coaches were all new coaches, but now we face someone we faced last season, and actually against Zero our 4-game losing streak started. So we have to get redemption today. And here we see his team. He has Ladias, Togekiss, Darmanitan, Sneasel, Manectric, Golem, Terrakion with Magus, Livani, Milotic and Mega Venusaur. And of course Milotic we know from last season. It was a big problem to our team because I think the team we brought against him, everyone was weak to Ice Beam and the Milotic had Ice Beam, so we had a lot of problems. He really tends to bring Mirror Coat on this, so I kind of have to keep that in mind. But let's take a look at our team. So, starting the team review, we have Tatsumaki. Last week, victim of my stupidity, was basically sacked off without doing anything. Again, we have Trace with Hyper Voice and Psyshock, and then we have Thunder Wave because a lot of our opponents' mons are really fast, and Thunder Waving them when we get the chance to definitely should have us out. We also have Substitute. If we force a switch, then we can set this up and do whatever we want. We have Timid Nature and enough speed to outspeed a max speed Darmanitan. This is the next fastest thing we can speed creep. I think our opponent has no base 100 speed mons, just like Mega Gardevoir. A lot of his mons are faster than 100, like Terrakion, Miss Magius. Yeah, we have to work out with this. Then we have Schnibble, the Scissor, holding the Iron Plate with Technician, Bullet Punch, and then knock off Bunk Bite and the Sword Stance. Max attack with Adamant Nature, some investment in special defense, a lot of investment in HPs, but quite bulky. But if we get a Sword Stance up, Bullet Punch hurts a lot of our opponent's mons, especially after the Sword Stance. Yeah, the kind of banking on this like late game, when some of our opponent's mons are quite damaged. Of course the Milotic is a big problem because it walls a lot of my team. And we have the Iron Plate here, so we don't really show our item here. We could bluff that we are kind of choiced into something. We don't show, since we don't show something like Life Orb damage. We don't have a berry this time. Yeah. Then to our defenses, well known from last week, we have Norma the Mandibus holding the leftovers with Tailwind, Knockoff, Roost and Taunt. So if we can taunt like the Milotic and stuff, slow them down from doing anything other than attacking us, this will be a big help. We can set up the Tailwind, so a lot of our mons can actually get a nice speed boost, especially of these mons we have that already hit really hard. Knockoff is there, of course, to get rid of items. Kind of wish I had Toxic on this set, but I don't really know what I should replace. And of course we have Roost to heal. Mainly full investment in defense, 24 investment in speed so we have this a chance to speed creep like a normal Mega Venusaur. I think so both base 80 and Mega Venusaur normally has like 20 in speed, 20 EVs in speed. because if we can taunt this and keep it from doing Synesis and Leech Seeds and Toxics, this would be pretty helpful. Then we have hashtag Blue is Beautiful, our Gastrodon holding the Window Berry with Storm Drain. We have Snort, Recover, Mirror Coat and Protect. So our opponent has, except for the Milotic, like no water types, and more important, no Pokemon with like Storm Drain or Water Absorb. So Scald hits mainly everything on our opponent's team, with of course Recover, Protect, and then the Mirror Coat in combination with the Window Berry. This can take out the Mega Venusaur. As I said in the preview when we saw his team, he really likes to use Mirror Coat on his Milotic, so he might expect it. CLC is pretty familiar with the Mirror Coat, and of course it would be funny if we get a kill against him with his own tactics. Of course, Blue is Beautiful is our special wall here. Some investment in defense. Of course, Flare Blitz does hurt a lot from Dominatin. Everything on our team, I can already say this, gets really hurt by the Flare Blitz. So we have to find a way around this, and one of these ways is right here. It's Snappy the Pinsir holding the Ochre Berry. Bulky offense for investment in HP, for investment in attack with Adamant Nature, for in special defense. I think yeah, this is actually the right spread. Showdown didn't really save that. Like, I want an uneven number of HP here. We have Stone Edge, Exodus. Why is that 2 Stone Edges? We have Stone Edge, Exodus, Stealth Rocks, and Earthquake. So we can set up the Stealth Rocks early. If we somehow face the Dominatin as a lead, because as I said, a lot of our mons are weak to the Flare Blitz. Not even Norma can take it this good. Then we can use our Ochre Berry to tank this one Flare Blitz and hit back either with Stone Edge, with Earthquake, or with Earthquake. And then I think if we not kill it, which is maybe due to Focus Sash, otherwise it should, because the Dominatin is not that bulky. Then we can at least pick up the kill with Bullet Punch. Or we just set up our Stealth Rocks in turn 1, but not against the Dominatin, since that would be, I think, a waste of our Ochre Berry. And then last but not least, another star of last week, but I think for the 4th time I win it, and for the 4th time with a different set. We have 27 Leaves the Shaman, this time specially offensive with Choice Scarf, Earth Power, Psychic, Seed Flare and Dazzling Gleam, which would be another answer to the Dominatin, since even if the Dominatin is like Choice Scarfed and he expects a defensive Shaman, we outspeed it thanks to our Choice Scarf, and we should definitely be able to take it out with Earth Power. And since most of our opponent's mons we can take out with this moveset. Like Ladias takes a lot of damage from Dazzling Gleam, Terrakion gets O-Code by Steel Flare if it's not Choice Scarfed. But I think even then the hardest move he can hit us with is Close Combat, and that does not kill us. But of course the problem with the choice items, we are locked in, so we have to kind of watch out here. This is our team for week 5. I'm pretty confident, and this week is still a big chance for us in our division. We can tell more after the match, and yeah, I see you at the match, which should start right now. So here we have the match, and we see on our opponent's side the Terrakion, of course the Dominatin, which is really dangerous for us. the Sneasel, Melodic, Mega Venusaur and Togekiss. And I thought I really want to get up rocks, since we see a Togekiss, a Sneasel, a Darmanitan. And with Flare Blitz recoil and maybe 1 or 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins, we can deal with the Darmanitan. And if he leads with Darmanitan, we get immediately the chance to take it out, since we can live a Flare Blitz. Thanks to the Occa Berry, we have a like 70% chance to live the Flare Blitz. And then it has taken so much recoil that we definitely take it out with an Earthquake. But of course this is the scenario if this Darmanitan is adamant. If it's Jolly, we definitely live with Flare Blitz. And then we take it out with Earthquake. So Lead, and we see indeed the Darmanitan is there. So I would love to set up the Stealth Rocks now, but that would waste our Occa Berry basically. So I go for Earthquake, but this Darmanitan goes for U-turn. Basically, of course, because who would stay in with Pinsir on the Darmanitan? So we expect a switch, get some momentum, but since we stay in, he goes into the Mega Venusaur, which is regular Venusaur now, of course, and has to take an Earthquake, and we get a nice third off on this Mega Venusaur, which helps us for the rest of the match. Damage on this fat thing is always good, and since I thought, yeah, Mega Venusaur, it can take us out with HP Fire now, but we should outspeed definitely, so we get up our Stealth Rocks as soon as possible. But either this doesn't have HP Fire, or he expected another switch. So we see the Surge Bomb, which does not quite take us out, so we have a chance to get off an X-Scissor, bring this Venusaur even lower on health. And we have to say goodbye to Snappy, but he did not so much did his original job, taking out the Darmanitan. But he got nice damage off on the Venusaur and he got the Stealth Rocks up, so yeah. Good job, Snappy. And now I know Tatsumaki can, even though she's not Mega Evolved yet, can outspeed the Mega Venusaur, take it out with Psyshock. That should be no problem. So the Venusaur does switch out, and now we have to face the Melodic. So another fat thing. And we kind of expect this. I definitely expected the switch here, since, as I said, we outspeed, we can take it out with Psyshock, and Venusaur is so fat, and I guess a really good switch-in against the Shaman. Quite good switch-in against the Shaman and against the Gastrodon, definitely. So I was sure you want to save this. So we just get up our sub here. And now we don't have any reason not to click Hyper Voice over and over again. We do not quite have, as the Melodic breaks our sub with the Scald, which it was a crit, this crit mattered. We see that in later development of the match. Scald is not enough to break a sub. And with the leftovers recovery, yeah, Hyper Voice is not enough to take out the Melodic. It can recover, it can get leftovers back. So I thought, yeah, let's just paralyze Thunder Wave it, and after maybe 3 turns we get a full para, stopping it from either scalding or recovering, and give us the position to take out this Melodic. So in the following turns we just see Hyper Voices recovers and stuff. This Hyper Voice quits. So I thought I'm in a good position here to sub up. As the melodic just recovers again, it got paralyzed the turn before, which really helps us. And we're just spamming Hyper Voice because why not? We just have to wait for a power or another crit. As the melodic desperately tries to stand up against our Hyper Voices. And now we quit. Finally, you could say. And the melodic is down the first wall on our opponent's team. And we have a completely, no, not completely, we had to take one squad, but we have our sub still. So this Diamanitan cannot freely go for Flare Blitz, because we already showed the Thunder Wave, and this is what I click right now, because if this Diamanitan is indeed scarfed, which I'm pretty sure, then paralyzing it definitely gives us an advantage for our whole team. So he U-turns out into the Togekiss, which has to take the para. Ironically, it's Togekiss that has to get the para. It's even called Hex 2.0 because of course, Thunder Wave, para flinching shenanigans. No, I don't quite know because why. Yeah, I go for Psyshock here because I didn't do the calcs, and I quite remembered that Togekiss has so high special defense, so I thought Psyshock would do more. It does bring it into a position where another Psyshock would kill, but then I thought, no, Hyper Voice should definitely do more. And it even gets paralyzed, so Hex 2.0 gets paralyzed, ironically, and another Thunder Wave takes out this Togekiss. Not so much of a threat since we didn't bring Hexus, but it would be quite annoying. Definitely, I'm sure it had Defog, so Snappy's sacrifice was not wasted. So now the Sneasel comes in, has to take the Stealth Rock damage, and Icicle Crash would have taken us out. Well, we stay in nevertheless. And he misses this. I think Icicle Crash has what, 85 accuracy. So Tatsumaki quits, gets the Para Hex, and dodges an Icicle Crash. You can tell she is really pissed about me letting her die last week for no reason against the Arcanine. Switching her in on the Flamethrower from the Arcanine, and then she got taken out by the Empoleon. Yeah. So she missed off on a few kills, and yeah, she was really motivated here to get 3 kills, and she did everything she can for this. So half of our opponent's team is down. So now the Diamanitan comes in, takes another round of Stealth Rock damage. So I mean, we didn't even touch it. We didn't get to attack it once, but it already lost half itself. Perfect for us. I thought Tatsumaki got her kills, and as I said, I don't really have a switch in for Flare Blitz. And since I don't have really Flare Blitz switch-ins, I have to let her go down here. She got her kills this time, so she can't be too mad. This Flare Blitz quits, doesn't really matter. And without us even attacking this Infernape, yeah, I was gonna say Infernape. Infernape avoids the Diamanitan. Without even attacking it, it already lost 62% of itself, which is just amazing. So now our other answer to Diamanitan is here in the Shaman, and I thought about locking myself into Earth Power, what I thought, maybe the Venusaur can lift that quiet and then take us out with Sludge Bomb. And he might expect a defensive set anyway, like we did this the last 2 weeks. So that we are physically defensive to take a Flare Blitz. And so I just look at his team, what it's left, and Venusaur and Terrakan are both weak to Psychic. And thanks to the calcs, we know that Psychic does at least like 40% to the Darmanitan. So I have nothing else to do than locking myself into Psychic and watch the match go to an end. He switches out, maybe expecting something like Leech Seed or Sleep Powder if Shaman even gets that. But of course, the Venusaur, even after Stealth Rock damage, it definitely is taken out by Psychic. The Darmanitan comes in, takes more Stealth Rock damage, it had one more switch in. But since we're Scarfed, it cannot outspeed us, so goes down to Psychic anyway. Now the Terrakion comes in, and we outspeed, so it's not Scarfed. It has to take a Psychic. And we see its Life Orb, and thanks to Shaman's base 100 HP and base 100 defense, we can take this non-stab Poison Jab even if we are not invested. And another Psychic is enough to take out the Terrakion, and that is game for us. So we finally again get 2 wins in a row in the JBA, and of course we had a lot of luck, especially at the beginning of the match with Tatsumaki, but she got her reason to do all this. So we win 4-0, which gets us the #1 position in the Sapphire division now. All 3 teams in this division are now 3 wins and 2 losses. It's easily the best division in the league right now. Definitely hardest, and next week we will face rematch the FC Bayern Metagross and Mixie. We know how that went last week, last match. So we have a hard challenge in front of us. So we have a hard challenge coming at us. But we're pretty good this season, cannot lie. And especially Shaman, 4 weeks now and 4 different sets, it definitely pays off. Shaman is so versatile, I just love it. And with this was way too long, bringing you our 3rd win in the JBA in week 5 already. Just remember, last season we were, after 5 weeks, we were 1-4. So then, pretty bad. Now we are doing good, and I see you next time. Peace out.